25 of the craziest celebrations in the NFL this season. Start with a player who did something that people didn't even think was possible.
Throwing, corner has a man, it is touchdown! Janae Walker, unbelievable!
Dude really just walked on air? No wonder fans asked how he did it, and how a celebration that crazy was even physically possible. But at number 24, multiple players celebrated by copying the most viral trend in the world.
Play fake, Rodgers throws, and that's hauled in by the big man Washington.
That's enough, cut it off. I never want to see that dance, hear that song, or think about 6'7" ever again. But at number 23, another celebration turned a player into a movie villain. Because just like the Grinch from the movie who was known to steal people's presents, it was just 2 days after Christmas when Jaden Higgins did this.
Trying to get it through the air. He goes deep for Higgins. Caught. Higgins. Touchdown, Texans, 75 yards. What a play, Kurt Warner, up top to start it.
Man's really acted like he stole presents and ran away. But at least a stealing celebration wasn't illegal, or got him fined thousands of dollars, like number 22. See, even though every single NFL team has rules saying that bringing weapons in the stadium is strictly prohibited, during a game, 2 of the NFL's biggest stars whipped out something illegal.
It's a pass, end zone, Pickens! Touchdown, Dallas! Yep. George Pickens gives the Cowboys the lead.
Yeah, and once the NFL saw both CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens pretend to take guns out of their holsters and shoot, the entire touchdown and celebration weren't just literally cut out of the official highlights. According to the NFL, both players did a violent gesture, which got them fined over $14,000 each. But that situation wasn't like number 21, where Baker Mayfield's celebration came from gang affiliation.
Irving out of one, towards the goal line, in for a Tampa Bay touchdown! It's his first of the year!
To most people, that just seemed like Baker and his boy innocently creating their own unique celebration. But to the NFL, they saw them wipe their nose and knew that behind the scenes, the rapper Young Thug's YSL crew wasn't just recently proven to be a gang. Their famous nose wipe gesture was used as slang to mean robbing or killing someone. So even though nobody had any idea how a white boy like Baker had any connection with Young Thug, the NFL didn't want any nose-wiping celebrations or the hidden meanings behind it being part of their game, so Baker got fined. But now that we're getting into the top 20 celebrations this season, things are only way crazier than anything so far. At number 20, players' noses ironically also had something to do with another celebration that got banned. After getting a first down, instead of just celebrating by pointing their arms towards the end zone, Lions players did something a little bit gross.
Here, all kinds of time, Goff is a man running free, and it's complete. Down to the 30 goes Jameson Williams.
But as harmless as picking their nose and flicking the boogers seemed, their star player actually revealed that it was banned by his team.
I want to know what happened to your booger first down celebration. You guys stopped doing it.
We do it the first drive. Our receiver coach comes, hey man, ref said you guys can't do that no more. I'm like, what the fuck?
Really? You can't dig in your nose and flick it? That's crazy.
Why is that bad? I want to know, NFL, why can't I dig in my nose and flick it? What is bad about that? Is that disrespectful? I'm confused.
No.
Is that derogatory?
They're anti-fun. I don't know, man.
I want to do that all game so bad, bro.
The No Fun League is ridiculous, man. But that celebration was nothing like number 19, where Travis Kelce not only stole a celebration from LeBron James, he embarrassed himself in front of the entire world. Since Kelce hates the Eagles for smacking his team's cheeks in the Super Bowl, this season when everyone tuned in to see their rematch, he decided to get disrespectful with a celebration by doing a dance made famous by players from the NBA, including LeBron. But honestly, Kelce shouldn't have been so cocky. Or I guess I should say ballsy. Now that's embarrassing. Unlike number 18, where a celebration gave plenty of players max aura, it all started when this clip of a kid dancing on a boat went mega viral on TikTok, then instantly became known as aura farming. And I guess the Buccaneers defense felt their aura was a bit low or something.
Dean returns it 55 yards.
Beat him, man.
Joke's on them. They still don't have aura. But a celebration that came from TikTok is one thing. At number 17, another player's celebration came from his favorite superhero. Spider-Man is someone Brian Burns has always loved, which is exactly why he's not only worn these crazy custom visors, and is even nicknamed Spider. Just like how Spider-Man shoots his webs and poses before attacking villains, it must have influenced Brian, because anytime this man makes a crazy play, he turns into Spider-Man and does the same things.
Chased by Burns, sacked by Burns, fine. Loss of 16, Spider-Man does it again.
But as crazy as that looked, his version of shooting white sticky stuff definitely wasn't as sus as number 16, where a player got freaky with a mascot.
The time, the throw, all the way, and picked off! Intercepted by Bynum!
Well, just when we're
Colts players and their mascot are freaks. But all right, let's completely switch things up at number 15, where Saquon Barkley celebrated a different way after the biggest moment of his entire life. Because after suffering on the Giants for years with barely any playoff success, once Saquon got to the Eagles and finally won a Super Bowl, he didn't just celebrate with his team because he accomplished his biggest goal. Since they technically won on February 9th, 2025, he celebrated by buying himself something new for this season, a one-of-one custom chain of his jersey number that has over 200 carats of fancy-shaped diamonds. Damn thing cost him $100,000, and I can see why, because it's shining so bright it might make me go blind. NFL money is different, man. But at number 14, it didn't cost a player anything to celebrate by trolling a fan.
Purdy. Jennings with a catch. Touchdown 49ers.
You psyched out that fan with the football. Was that planned or just for the moment?
That was just for the moment. Felt kind of right to do. She didn't have on any 49ers gear, so that's what she got.
When I saw that, all I could think of was,
oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
But at number 13, another player's celebration nearly ended his teammate's career, all because Aaron Rodgers threw a crazy touchdown. His teammate Broderick Jones went absolutely crazy and jumped on Rodgers tackling him, which could have torn old-ass dude's Achilles or even his ACL. And since an injury like that definitely would have ended Rodgers' career, he was heated with his teammate and almost fought him for that. Damn. But at number 12, a player's celebration turned him into a Pokemon.
Flag for taunting. I don't know what that is. That's disgusting.
I saw that and thought dude needed some immediate medical attention or something, until some nerdy fans knew the player loved Pokemon and pointed out how he celebrated by flopping around like a fish, just like the Pokemon named Magikarp. But copying that was nothing like number 11, where another player stole a celebration from an NFL legend. To some new NFL fans, George Pickens jumping nuts first into the goalpost seemed pretty unique. To the old heads, though, all they could talk about was how he copied one of the most remembered and most talked about celebrations of legend Antonio Brown's entire career. Let's just hope George doesn't get CTE like dude, though. But alright, now that we are getting into the top 10 celebrations this season, things are about to get insane. Like a player's celebration after he made $500,000, a celebration that caused a massive controversy with 15 million people, and so much more. But before we get to those celebrations and more, since you're a sports fan, there's a secret that you need to know. A lot of sports content, highlights, and full broadcasts vary depending on where you are, and you don't always realize what you're missing. That's why I use IPVanish, which is a VPN that lets you securely connect through different locations, giving you more flexibility to access your content from anywhere. IPVanish is also insanely fast, which obviously matters when you're streaming live sports, so that there's no buffering, no lag, and no random dropouts mid-game. On top of that, IPVanish keeps your connection private, protects you on public Wi-Fi, and even helps avoid internet throttling from your provider. But not only is the best part that it works on basically everything: phones, computers, smart TVs, all with one account and unlimited devices. If you want more access to sports content worldwide and a safer internet experience overall, don't just check out IPVanish, use the link in my description to get started. And it's backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it completely risk-free. But alright, back to the craziest celebrations in the NFL this season, like at number 10. Where an NFL started 3 crazy celebrations this season. The first is something he did just to impress the president. Trump made history as the first president since 1978 to join a live NFL broadcast when he was in the booth during Lions versus Commanders. And since he's known to whip out his own celebration on stage sometimes, when St. Brown scored, he pointed right at Trump when he did this.
Lions touchdown.
I heard Trump was going to be at the game. I don't know how many times, the president's going to be at the game, so just decided to have some fun and do his dance.
Now, I could see a player doing Trump's dance with dude watching. So did his own teammate who clowned him for it.
Like that weird shit he did on his first down, like the ass shake.
Hey, you was on Twitter, like the Twitter.
The net?
The Twitter. Motherfucker told me they use their parlay money, throw money at your ass.
But those first 2 celebrations of his were just fun and games. Unlike his final celebration that made NFL fans hate him and were instantly saying things like most annoying wide receiver in the league, how he's one of the cockiest players, and even things like God, I hate him so much. Dude really celebrated just to get hated. But nobody could hate number 9, where a player's celebration made him completely switch sports.
The way the offense is playing in this environment could be trouble, and right for the end zone, and scoring, and dunking.
Get dunked on. That dumbass ref got posterized, and the celebration got turned into some of the coldest sports pictures I've ever seen. But at number 8, another player's celebration pissed off an entire team. Because all game long, anytime Brock Purdy would score a touchdown, he'd hit a little dancey dance known as the Dougie. But hating on a player's celebration is the opposite of number 7. Because another player celebrated to honor the most important person in his life. This is Kaicy, Devontae Smith's firstborn daughter, that's always right by his side. And since they are so close, when he noticed that she created her own dance at home,
Touchdown, pop out of his.
It's that day. You gotta do it.
but doing a kid's celebration isn't as crazy as number 6, where a player turned himself into a WWE legend. Just like Cena's signature move he does in the ring called the 5-knuckle shuffle, when Eagles player Cooper DeJean made a crazy play.
Celebration, just a tribute to John Cena, a guy I watched growing up. I'm a big WWE guy when I was a kid.
Man, I still can't believe Cena retired. But celebrating as a tribute to a legend is one thing. At number 5, Stefon Diggs celebrated after making hundreds of thousands of dollars. All because once he signed with the Patriots, Stefon got an incentive in his contract that would cash him out if he finished the season with at least 80 receptions. When he came into a game with 76, then racked up a few more after it started, he was one catch away. When dude started spamming every emote on the Fortnite wheel, because that catch made him $500,000. But at number 4, the Titans defense did an iconic celebration just to clown their opponent. It's all Sanders' fault. Because he has been doing his iconic wrist-flexing celebration, which means showtime. And even though he got drafted to one of the worst teams ever who constantly loses, he's so cocky that he's always still whipping out his celebration anytime he does something good. Nobody has any idea why he acts like that or why he celebrates like he's winning the Super Bowl after only gaining a few yards. So during a game against the Titans, when a Browns player fumbled, it led to a turnover that got Sanders clowned.
7-yard line. The Tennessee defense comes up with the loose football, and Bray continues his outstanding season.
They're hilarious for mocking his celebration, but what wasn't funny is number 3, because Jalen Ramsey's celebration almost led to a devastating injury. On this play, a Vikings player fumbled the ball, which was picked up by Ramsey, and after he started running it back, right before scoring, he tried faking everyone out. But as funny as he thought faking an injury would be, later in the game, karma was about to strike when he got burned on this play and actually pulled his hamstring. Ramsey's just lucky it only forced him out of that game and made him miss only 2 games after that, because some hamstring injuries can take months to heal or even require surgery. Things get even crazier with number 2, where Zay Flowers only did his celebration to mock an entire franchise. Since the Packers are known for their players doing a celebration in their home stadium called the Lambeau Leap.
And the first Lambeau Leap of the year.
Fans love when their players jump into the stands to celebrate and hate when opposing teams do it, to the point that they literally dump beer on their heads. So knowing how much that celebration means to the entire franchise, this season, Zay did this anyways.
Huntley looking toward the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Zay Flowers. Baltimore extends the lead in the 4th.
The Packers fan was so pissed, he shoved Zay away and almost got the police involved. But cops and NFL players is something we've seen many times. The craziest and most controversial celebration this season belonged to Puka Nacua because it disrespected over 15 million people. Now, of course, controversy and a streamer like Aiden Ross go hand in hand. So I don't know why Puka thought it was a good idea to go live with him. Even though everything was going fine at first with them just hanging out, that's when the topic of celebrations came up, where Aiden started teaching Puka a new celebration to do the next time he scored.
Spin it, flex, then look and go like this. All right? Yes! Yes! Just like a bow, yes, just like this.
But as innocent and clueless as Puka looked while practicing, little did he know that doing that would cause a massive controversy. Turned out, Puka rubbing his hands together was an anti-Semitic move used to stereotype Jewish people as greedy. And out of the over 15 million Jewish people worldwide, it seemed like the move was offensive to so many of those Jewish fans, organizations, politicians, and even a US representative who demanded Puka get dropped by his team unless he apologized. That's why not long after, even though Puka released a statement that he had no idea what he was doing would hurt people and apologized for his actions, I thought he was about to get himself in even more trouble when in his first game since the controversy, Puka made a big play and started doing what looked like it was about to be the offensive celebration before changing it up at the last second. Damn, he has to stop messing around before he gets canceled for being completely out of control. He's way too good of a player to ruin his career like that.